welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be talking more about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Specifically, we're going to be talking about how to assess 10 creatures in the Junon area. Now, this is necessary for one of Chadley's intel missions, and it might seem a little complicated at first. It gets easier later on, but here's how to do it as easy and as quickly as possible. Now, unlike the Grasslands area, all 10 of these creatures are fightable again. You could find any one of them a second time and fight them again in order to complete Fiend intel, in order to collect them for enemy intel, any of that. So first of all, we're going to talk about the Capper Wire. Now, you can find this near Remna Wave Tower 1. It's very easy to kill, so you might want to be careful, but it's usually in groups, so you can kill one, assess the others, and it should be pretty easy to take out. Now, the second creature we're going to talk about is the Fleetwing. It's located at Remna Wave Tower 1, actually at the tower. It's also grouped. It's also easy to kill, but you can just build up your ATB and assess them real quick. Just maybe kill one of them or not even kill any of them, but just in case you lose control a little bit there, you're too OP, then definitely be careful and try to assess as quickly as possible. Next, we're going to talk about the Tonadu, which is a big, bird creature, and it's located near Remna Wave Tower 3. It's got more health, so it's a little bit easier to build up your ATB and assess it than, say, the Fleetwing or the Capper Wire. But in this case, you're just going to want to make sure that you get that assess off before you're doing anything else to it. So as quickly as possible, build up your ATB, assess, and take it out. Now, these are base level creatures. There's not much to say about them, which is why I'm just hitting them and moving on. So next we have the Zemzalet. Now, this is actually one of the tougher creatures, and it's located at Remna Wave Tower 3. There's one of them in conjunction with the Tonadu. And keep in mind, all of these first 5 creatures have more than one spawn location, so if you find them in another spot, I'm not a liar, I promise. That's why I'm saying now, you can find them in more spots than just these. So these are just the spots that I find them easiest to farm in and look for. Now, back to the Zemzalet. It's located at Remna Wave Tower 3. It's got lots of health. It's very easy to build up ATB and assess, especially if you have the upgraded assess materia, because then you can assess both the Zemzalet and the Tonadu at once. Or if the Zemzalet's found anywhere else, you can assess it there as well. Now, next on our list is going to be the halfway point, and we're going to talk about the Ignis. Now, you can find this north of Gabe's Ranch, right near the beginning of the area, right where you look for Chadley, and you can find it just north of that area. Now, it's very weak, so be careful in killing them, because your allies may focus on the other Ignisks in the area and kill them as well. So focus on your own Ignis and try to build up your ATB as quickly as possible. It's very easy to kill it on accident, so be wary. Now, next up on the list is going to be the Lava Lisk. This is the upgraded form of the Ignis, and as such, it is a Fiend intel. It's actually number 3 on the list, and it's known as the Scorched Earth Fiend intel. And this has lots more health than the Ignis, so it's a little bit easier to charge the ATB. You're going to want to use ice attacks if you want to pressure and stagger it for the Fiend intel missions, but otherwise should be pretty easy to assess. Now, next up on the list is the Fonadu. This is the upgraded form of the Tonadu, and this is on the western side of the map. It's Fiend Intel 1, which is known as Cacophonic Corvid. Now, this is a big, giant bird. Very easy to see, very easy to spot, very easy to fight. It's got lots of health, so don't be concerned about hitting it as much as you need to in order to charge up your ATB. And make sure that you get the Fiend intels done. It should be pretty easy. And you just need to charge up your ATB and assess it. Easy. Now, coming up next is going to be the Stormwing. These are found in a big group, and it's located on the eastern side of the map as Fiend Intel 4, Weather the Storm. And this is going to be a lot easier to take out than some of the other ones on this list, because they are just an upgraded form of the Fleetwing, which puts them about on par with maybe a Zemzalet or a Tonadu. But they're very small, they're very quick, and there's a group of them. Should be pretty easy just to charge up your ATB, assess them, and move on. If you want to get the Fiend intels done, then I suggest bringing Arrow materia and being sure to use that over and over again to just bring them down to the ground and bring them closer to you so that you can just hit them and take them out as quickly as possible. Now, next up on the list is the Wymzalet. Now, this is the one I had the most trouble with, at least getting the intel for. So this is located at Fiend Intel 2, Zemzi Breaks. and they have lots of health. There's going to be 2 of them. And you'll notice that whenever an enemy does an attack that pops up with an exclamation point, it will pop up on the screen whether you're looking at that creature or not. You'll see it over to the side. If it's over to the right side and over to the left side, you'll see it on the left side of the screen. Now, you'll be able to turn and assess this as quickly as possible and address the exclamation point attack, which in this case is going to be Soothing Wind. Now, Soothing Wind not only heals them, it also deals damage to you, and it's very easy to interrupt this attack. It's very easy to interrupt this attack if you know what you're doing. In this case, you're going to be equipping Ice Materia, and you're going to be using that every single time they start using Soothing Wind. So don't use it preemptively, try to save up your ATB, don't use too many big flashy moves. This fight might take a little longer as a result of this, but I promise it's worth it in order to get the feed and intel done. Now, you're just going to want to use Ice Materia, you're going to want to use Blizzard or Blizzara, or you can use the Fire and Ice Materia that you receive from Chadley in the Grasslands area, and you're going to use this, and you're going to use it every single time they start charging up Soothing Wind. Simple. And one other thing to note is that the normal abilities, such as Snow Flurry and stuff like that, do not work for this. Any of the non-MP abilities will not work on the same level as the Ice Materia. So make sure to use the Ice Materia specifically. Equip it to all of your active characters, and you should be fine. Now, finally on the list, number 10 is the Mind Flayer. Now, this is going to be the hardest fight on the list, outside of maybe the Wemzelet, or the Wymzelet, however you say it. Now, the Mind Flayer is going to be a little bit more difficult because he's got a huge health pool, but he's actually very easy to stagger, very easy to take out. He doesn't have any big, hard-hitting attacks for the most part, and I found myself just relying heavily on quick offense. It seems to interrupt his attacks and make him a lot easier to stagger and eventually take out. It's very easy to master this fight. There's not really a learning curve to it like some of the other classified intels that you're going to see throughout the game. You just focus on taking him down and you assess him as soon as your ATB is charged enough. You'll notice he has no weaknesses, so staggering him comes from synergy moves in this case, which should be pretty easy after you assess to build up that the synergy meter that you have below your health bar. Now, if this video helped you, make sure to drop a like. If you have anything you want to add, make sure to drop that in the comments. If you have any suggestions for the videos or anything like that, I welcome feedback. Just drop it down in the comments section. If you don't like this video for whatever reason, make sure to drop a dislike. I just love getting that feedback, and you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching.